What's up guys, DrFeelGood here, back again with another video prescription. And today I just have a few questions as well as things you guys should consider. First up, would Overwatch and similar games still be worth $60 if internet connectivity ceased? Think about it. Would a PS4, Xbox One, or hell, even Nintendo Switch or Wii U, if you want to go that far, still be worth their price of admission if there was no online functionality? And what do I mean by that? I mean if the internet just ceased to exist at this point, or if it did not exist otherwise. Seriously, you ever thought about that? Have you ever asked yourself that question? Which consoles would still be fun and worthwhile if there was no internet functionality? That includes, applications such as Netflix and Hulu and Facebook, as well as things such as online multiplayer. Would they still be fun? You ever ask yourself how much you would play your current favorite games if there was no more internet? You ever wonder just how much of your gaming library relies on internet connectivity? See, although the very thing of the internet going out or ceasing to exist is very unlikely to happen, given the society we live in today, it is still very possible. In fact, it probably happens to most, if not all of us, once or twice a year. How so? Power outages, anyone? You see, when the power goes out, whether it be temporary or long term, for whatever reason, your internet router does not work. And I know some of you are thinking, well, I can just use my phone as a hotspot or whatever. Yeah, but if power goes out in a neighborhood or in a city, you also know that cell towers will cease to operate as well. So yeah, I know it's unlikely, but it can and does happen.
Where do you think you're going?
See, a game like Overwatch is worth spit to me. This is not me taking a jab at the game. This is not me trying to coerce you to purchase games from one developer over the other. I'm simply asking you to consider what games are worthwhile to you if there was no internet functionality. Overwatch would be useless because it's solely online focused. There is no offline campaign or single player. Look at the PS4 and Xbox One. The bulk of their library is pretty much made up of games such as Overwatch, Destiny, Call of Duty, Battlefield, Division, Madden, 2K, Grand Theft Auto, and many other games. Okay? A lot of these franchises don't offer a robust single player or offline campaign, if at all. Overwatch and Destiny don't offer offline modes at all. Think about that. Do you think did any of you purchase any of these games for their offline experience? Maybe for Madden and 2K with the various offline modes they have, but still, I mean, you can play a whole season without internet connectivity. At least I hope you can. But those would probably be the only two. And although Call of Duty and Battlefield have a campaign mode, the people that buy them, that make up the bulk of the sales, are those that play strictly multiplayer. I prefer the multiplayer of those games as well, but I always play the single player. It may not be the first thing I play, but I do play it. You see, I sometimes ask myself that question. When I look at, for example, my Wii U library of over 50 plus physical games, most of which are AAA or AA titles, hell, even single A, if that is a thing. But most of them do not require online play to enjoy. Games such as Watch Dogs, I don't need internet to enjoy that game. It wasn't a great game, but even still, it can be played entirely offline. Mario Party 10, Donkey Kong Country, Sonic Lost World, Pokken Tournament, Lego City Undercover, even Mario Kart 8, although it's online focused in a sense, that's where most fun is had, there's still a lot to do offline. There truly is. New Super Mario Brothers. See, these are games, and I'm not saying these are the only ones, but these are games which can be enjoyed without any internet whatsoever. So there was no internet. Most of these games I could enjoy for hours offline. But a lot of people today, they don't think about that. You have to ask yourself, would you still pay $60 for these games without their online functionality? And most of you will probably say no. I say this because you have become dependent on something that is, in a sense, unreliable and can go at any time in one way or the other. You're buying games in which you only enjoy by purchasing or subscribing to something else. For example, in the case of Overwatch and Destiny, and I hate to focus on these two games, but they are the two biggest examples. You have to buy a console, okay, we know that, or a PC, and you have to pay for internet connectivity from an internet service provider. I don't care if it's Spectrum, Verizon, AT&T, whatever, but you have to pay a monthly fee for that. Me personally, I've had Time Warner for years. They recently become Spectrum. I pay roughly $75 a month for 200 over 20. That's not bad. It's not bad at all. But for someone who loves Overwatch or Destiny, you're paying $75 a month. Or let's say you're paying $30 a month for internet. Let's say you got 20 over 2. Pretty much all you need. That's $30 a month. Times 12 months, you're looking at $360 a year that you're paying for internet access for the ability to play this game. And the game costs $60. So that puts your cost at $420 right there, plus the cost of the console. But if you take out the console, which you already will have in most cases, to enjoy Overwatch, you have spent over $400. Meanwhile, when I hooked up Breath of the Wild, I paid $60 for a game, and I already have about 300 hours invested into that game. No need for internet connectivity whatsoever. Strictly offline based game, really. I don't have to pay for internet to enjoy that game. I don't. And if you want to use a similar game, Splatoon is focused primarily online, but it has an offline mode that takes 4 to 6 hours to complete. It even has a couple of mini games. In addition to that, it has amiibo challenges, and it also supports LAN play, which doesn't require internet. LAN play. So this game, if I had enough friends close by or people willing to, I could still enjoy it without any internet. So to me, Splatoon is still a $60 game regardless. But today, people don't think about that. But you guys really, really should. You really should. With net neutrality virtually up in the air, internet access could skyrocket in terms of price, and you'll be less inclined to pay for it. Someone living in a rural area has virtually no reason to purchase online focused games simply because the typical speeds available in those areas are around 10 megabits per second, which is enough to game if you're the only person. But if you got someone with a smartphone, someone with a tablet, someone with a smart TV, that 10 megabits gets split up, it's not really enough. And if you look at ISPs in countries such as Canada, they have bandwidth limitations, 20 gigs a month, 50 gigs a month. Online gaming can eat that shit alive quickly. So for me, it's just very simple. We depend too much. You guys are depending too much on online focused games. And you don't think that if online were to cease, would these games still be enjoyable? That's why I primarily purchase games that can be enjoyed both online and offline. And not just offline for a couple of hours, but for longer than that. But let me know what you guys think about this in the comments. And as I always say, keep it gaming.